So when we're writing expressions, there are some words that imply math operations. They're not always going to be exactly this, but these are some kind of guides to help you. So for addition, we have added to, plus, sum of, more than, increased by, total of, and then the word and. Subtraction is usually going to be subtracted from, minus, difference of, less than, decreased by, fewer than, or take away. Multiplication is going to be multiplied by, times, product of, twice. Also, just the word of by itself means multiplication. Okay? A lot of times we will also see, like, not just twice, but like thrice, quadruple, those kinds of things are meaning I'm multiplying by certain numbers. We can also have groups of, and then division, because division and multiplication are related, sometimes we have groups of for division as well. And then, of course, we also have divided by and quotient of. So, for example, I'm going to write a numerical expression. So I'm going to write the phrase 8 fewer than 21 as an expression. Now, when I say fewer than, whenever I have more than, less than, fewer than, I'm actually writing this number second. So if I have 8 fewer than 21, it's actually going to be 21 minus 8. Okay, the fewer than means subtraction, but I've got 8 fewer than 21, so I'm taking 8 away from 21. Okay, fewer than means it's going to be smaller than 21, so I'm taking away from 21. And then I have the product of 30 and 9. Well, product tells me it's multiplication, so I'm going to write 30 times 9. And on these, I'm not solving them. I'm just writing the expression. Okay? So then on the next one, we're going to write algebraic expressions. So we're going to write the phrase 14 more than a number x. So this could be any number. 14 more than a number. Just like with fewer than, I'm actually going to write the x first. More than. So 14 more than a number. Okay, I could technically write 14 plus x because I can add in any order, but I'm going to keep it in the same pattern. So anytime I have that than, it goes second. So 14 more than a number x. So x could be any number, and I'm adding 14 to it. So a number y minus 75, so that means I'm going to have y minus 75. Again, y can be any number. Like if you pick a number, like if I say 100 minus 75, I would write that as 100 minus 75. It's the same thing. And then the last one says the quotient of 3 and a number z. So the quotient of 3, that means 3 comes first, and I am dividing it by z. So I can write it like this, or I can also write it as 3 over z. These both mean the same thing, the quotient of 3 and a number z. So that means I have 3, I am dividing by whatever number z is. So the length of Interstate 90 from the west coast to the east coast is 153 miles more than 2 times the length of Interstate 15 from Southern California to northern Montana. We're going to let M be the length of Interstate 15, and we're going to choose which expression we can use to represent the length of Interstate 90. So we have 2 operations in there. So we have a more than and a times. So it's 153 miles more than, and then 2 times the length of Interstate 15. And M is the length of Interstate 15. So that means I'm doing 2 times m. So that means it could be this one, or this one, or this one, but not this one because I'm doing 2 times m. Okay? And then if it's 153.5 miles more than, that means I am adding. So the correct one is A. And we don't even have to solve this. We're just choosing which expression matches. This next one says, you plant a cypress tree that is 10 inches tall. Each year, its height increases by 15 inches. We're going to make a table that shows the height of the tree for 4 years. Then we're going to write an expression of the height of the tree after T years. So on year 0, so here I've got year T. So when T is 0, my height is going to be 10 inches. So the very first year, it hasn't grown, like the first year that I have it, so year 0, it's 10 inches tall. The first year, so after 1 year, it's going to be 10 inches plus 15 inches because it grew 1 year. Year 2, it's going to be 10 inches plus 15 times 2. Okay, because I could write this same one here, so 10 plus 15 plus another 15, or 15 times 2. Same thing here. This is going to be 10 plus 15 plus 15 plus another 15, or 15 times 3. For year 4, it's going to be 10 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15, or 15 times 4. Okay, so in year 0, it's 10 inches. In year 1, it's 25 inches. In year 3, it is 10 plus 30, which is 40. In year 3, it is 10 plus 45, or 55. And then in year 4, it is 10 plus 60, which is 70. So if I'm writing an expression for the height after T years, I would write it as 10 plus 15 T. So whatever number of years it is, I'm multiplying that times 15. So after 9 years, I'm going to plug in that same thing. I'm going to write it as 10 plus 15 times 9. So I'm going to do 15 times 9, which is 135. So this is 10 plus 135, which is 145 inches. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this next one. So I've got 10 plus 15 times 16. So I'm going to do 15 times 16. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Is 0 here because now I'm multiplying by 10. 10 times 5 is 50. 10 times 10 is 100. Add them together. 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry the 1. I get 240. So this is 10 plus 240, which is 250 inches after 16 years. And then the last one, your friend has 5 more than twice as many game tokens as your sister. We're going to let T be the number of game tokens your sister has and write an expression for the number of game tokens your friend has. So your friend has 5 more than twice as many as your sister. So we're doing twice as much as your sister, and your sister has 2, so has T. So we're doing 2 times T, And then more than means I'm adding 5. So that is my expression, 2 times t plus 5.